Alright, how's it going everyone? My name is Theron, and welcome back to another Fire Emblem Heroes summoning session. Today we have the long-awaited, long-begged for by literally every fan in Fae, the legendary Xander banner. God, it took them so long to give the man his much-deserved legendary off. It's finally here. So I'm just gonna be pulling full circle, prioritizing green because I want to see this new Xander. I want this new Xander for the collection. Oh my god. And his kit's actually pretty darn good. Heck, I'd say it's even better than good. Because the Evan Bulwark has got a nice little slaying effect. And then if Xander is within 2 spaces of 2 or more allies, so a nice little unity effect in there, at least start of it, he's granted no follow-up and a breath effect to him for 1 turn, and if he initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of allies, +5 to all stats, and he can heal for 7 HP after combat. A pretty solid weapon. Nothing too crazy, nothing too gimmicky, just very solid. Stay by the allies, and if you initiate combat, you get a lot of good effects. The only thing I wish they did for his weapon is built-in DC. Mainly because in Fates, the Bulwark, which is Garen's axe, which is what Xander is now wielding right now, it's a 1 to 3 range weapon, so DC would have made sense to put in here, but it's fine without it. Of course, he has his unique B skill because every legendary has a unique skill, which is no surprise. Chivalry, which honestly makes sense for him, and the effect is very fitting. Built-in near trace, and then if foe's HP is... Sorry, my bad. If foe has 50% HP, inflicts -5 to their attack speed and defense during combat, and then Xander is granted damage reduction equal to 50% of foe's HP at the start of combat. So if you fight him with a fully healthy ally, he has a flat 50% damage reduction. And the lower health you get, the less damage reduction he gets, because with Chivalry, you have to keep it fair. And that is an insane B skill. So normally you have to stack 2, maybe 3 damage reduction skills just to get anywhere near 50%. And our king, our man, just gets it all because your foe's health is at 100%. That is insane. Also, something I noticed with his weapon, it has that 7 HP healing effect, which you've seen a few times, like Legendary Nana and so on. They've finally done away with having a push skill in the A slot, as well as a healing effect in the weapon. Because if you think about it, if you look back on some previous banners, we had, obviously, Legendary Nana, and then we also had Spring Maria, that's it. Both of them had a healing effect in their weapon, which killed them after combat, but their A skill was Push 4, which would make no sense because you're getting less healing all because of the push effect. They finally broke away with that pattern with Xander, who now has Catch in his A skill. I'm so glad that they did this. Get rid of Push 4 skills. We don't need them. There's way too many units that have it in the game. Darn, first circle that ain't green. I'll still be pulling full circles just because I need to save some orbs. But with the little unit review out of the way, let's move on to the Q&A session. And quick little reminder, if you have any questions you want to ask me, it doesn't have to be Fae related, by the way. It can be any questions you want to ask me for anything, really. Just leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll put it on a Word doc for the next video. Anyway, we have 3 questions from Chris England once again. Man, always asking just the most amount of questions as possible, and I respect it. So first up, they say, I know a lot of players hate how hard it is to fodder units simply because there's too many tier 4 skills with a 4 skill transfer max, and yes, that is very annoying. While we do have skills that can work at tier 1, it does make it hard to keep the current system. How would you update the inherit option? I would bump up the inheritance to 5 skills. And the reason I say that is for 2 reasons, one of which is on the banner actually right now. First reason, as we can know with Noht, she has attack speed menace and distant counter. Both of those are really good for some units, but you can only fodder one off and then part of the other, or you can just fodder her off for menace and leave it. DC is still really solid for some units. So if you bump up the limit to 5, you can get both DC and menace from Noht. Simple. And then for the second reason, we have units that have the inheritable weapons, most famous of which being the Vulture weapons, Vulture Blade, Vulture Tomes, etc. So if you have the limit of 5, you can then inherit both the base version and the plus version of the weapon, then 3 other skills, and then you're able to inherit the tier 4 version of whatever skill you want to go for. Let's say with... Oh, he was on Ascended Ishtar's banner. What was his name? I think it was Arthur? Is that what I'm thinking of? Arthur? Green Vulture Tome. He has Ideal and Speed Res Menace. I think that's who I'm thinking of. But in that case, it would make a bit more sense to have him as fodder, or limit to be 5 there, because you can then get the Inheritable Tome and Attack Speed Ideal. Just all in one go. Or at least start getting Ideal, and then get Ideal 4 from somebody else. I would definitely say 5, but I do like your idea of foddering off 2 like inheritable skill trees in total, so you can get Lull and Catch, or whatever possible skill combo you have. I feel like that would be a bit much, but then again, with how good the fodder is nowadays, it only makes sense to try and grab every single skill, even at the cost of some of the most rarest units in the game. We're halfway to Spark and we still have nobody. Interesting. At least we're getting a good amount of greens. Anyway, on to Chris's next question. As of now, we have Fire Emblem 8, 6, 5, 4, and 7 in terms of games that have gotten Ascended units in that order. What game comes next, and what are your top 3 to 4 picks for that slot? Ooh boy. Well, as for next games, it could basically be anybody. I, however, am hoping for Fates, possibly. Mainly because, for selfish reasons, I want to see Ascended Sakura and Ascended Elise. Hi, Freya. Because Sakura and Elise deserve more alts. They're just so adorable. I love them to bits. They deserve more alts. In a not as selfish request, I would say Ascended Leo for the Fates banner. Just because the boy needs a good alt. Good lord, has he been shafted way too many times. say other games that we could see next. Possibly Three Houses, but they would do it in the style of Three Hopes. So you would have some of the characters in their time skip alt, but from Three Hopes. So you have, maybe Raphael with his bandana, or I'm trying to remember some of the other ideas. Petra with her really cool-looking headdress. That just looks so amazing. I could definitely see those being options. What else? Who could we see for Awakening? That would be an interesting question. Probably Lissa as like a war cleric? Just wielding a giant axe around. I would definitely like to see that too. Just because Lissa does not have too many alts, if you think about it. I can definitely see her getting an Ascended. Come on, Xander. Eric, go away. You were like the worst green unit. No, you're the worst unit in this game, period. Because a max plus 10 Merrick has less attack than an unmerged Sonya. Somehow. It's so sad. Right, and then finally onto Chris England's last question. Hit the confirm button, please. Last question, if, and this is a really big if, you could do a collab banner with any anime or other game series, what would that banner be? I think the common answer would be Legend of Zelda, which, I mean, seeing Zelda, Link, Ganon, that's who it is, not Garen, Ganon. Single letter difference between the two of them. Gotta remember that. Sheik could be on the banner, and you know what? Just for the laughs, I would like to see Twilight Princess Link, the one where he can transform into a wolf. Just our little green tunic boy as a beast unit. That would be a banner I would pull on right then and there. Because, I mean, come on. If you already have beast units in the game, you may as well give us Twilight Princess Link. That would just be amazing to see. Others... Greens, nice. What else? I could see possibly Genshin Impact. I think a lot of those characters... Hey! Finally got Eitri, let's go. First time getting her. I think for that banner, we could see probably, definitely the Archons, Zhongli, Raiden Shogun, and Venti. I could definitely see them being a banner, and obviously the Traveler. Probably Diluc. You're going to have to get, we'd have to get more of the waifus in there, so Lisa, and maybe Jean. Beidou and Ningguang, honestly, there are so many characters in Genshin, I can see them essentially doing basically the entire game's cast, all thrown into play. That would be hilarious to see. I think the top 5 for a banner... Gotta put that question on pause for a second here, Chris, because we got King Xander! Let's go! But thank you for the lucky question there, Chris. You'll love to see it. Oh my god, plus speed, minus defense. I will take it. Also, interesting thing to note here about Xander. Neutral IVs, ignore the fact that he's plus speed for me, but a neutral IV Xander is on par with a neutral IV Summer Dimitri, but Xander would have one more speed point than Dimitri. That's the only stat where Xander has more points than Dimitri. Every other stat is the exact same. That is insane to think about. Cannot believe we actually got Xander on the last circle. No, second to last circle. Dang. Oh, now I have no idea who I'm going to spark for. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But anyway, back to Chris England's question about collab banners for Faye. Definitely a banner we would see if it was Genshin would be the 3 Archons and possibly both of the Travelers. I could definitely see one of them being like a free unit, the other's on the banner. Either one of those would work. Oh, and then I absolutely know they would do this. Since that would be a new heroes banner, kind of. We could definitely see Child as the GHB unit. If you've played the story, you know why. I will not spoil it. But Child as the GHB unit would make the most sense for a Genshin banner. Once again, Chris, thank you for all 3 of those questions. It's always a blast answering these. I gotta think about who I want to spark for. I could try going more fodder with Sigurd or not. I do still need August, mainly for collection purposes. Alright, this is a wish and a prayer, but if this is August, then I'll spark for probably not. For Sigurd. Not August. Okay. Why do so many units have to have so much good inheritance nowadays? Ugh. Bit of a dud last circle, but we did get Xander and Eitri last one, so I'll take it. Like I said, it's between August down here, Not, or Sigurd. Or Naomi, because she has Tekras Menace. Oh god, that's right. You know what? Just for collection purposes, I'll do August. Die has been cast, I cannot go back anymore. I'm sure to get more fodder for X-Speed Menace, Activate's Catch, and Tekras Menace, so this is fine. That, and this one, and we are good. Ugh. I just realized I got all 3 of the green units without any dupes. It's awesome. So that is going to do it for today's sewing session. A little slow at the beginning, granted, but hey, that double Eitri Xander right at the second to last circle more than made up for it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you did summon on this banner, let me know who you got down below in the comments section. I always love seeing the results. And if you haven't summoned yet, I wish you all the luck in the world. But with that, I'm Theron, saying I'll see you next time. So until then, farewell, and game on.